A disturbing new video is highlighting how the family members of police shooting victims are treated in the wake of their loved one's death. John Crawford III was shot and killed by police in August after officers saw him carrying a pellet gun through an Ohio Walmart. Late today, we learned that John Crawford's parents plan to sue the two officers involved in the shooting of their son, as well as the police chief and Walmart. And now, in a new video obtained by the Guardian newspaper, we're seeing how his girlfriend was grilled and threatened by police for over an hour and a half right after Crawford was shot dead.
And you might be on your way to jail, so I want to be very clear about this.
I swear to God, my kids, I have a job and a family on everything I love.
Where did he get this gun?
Sir, I don't know. I swear to God. Sir, I swear to God.
You were with him. You were with him just moments before this happened. You need to tell me the truth.
I am. I swear to God. I am.
You might be on your way to jail. That man had a weapon. But the threats and attacks didn't stop there.
Why would he have a gun in the store?
I don't know.
Is he known to carry a gun?
Not that I've never known him.
Don't tell me not that you know, because that's the first thing that I realize somebody's not telling me the truth when they say that kind of stuff. You are very close to this man, and that's why you know what's going on, and you need to be truthful with me, because this might be your last chance. I'm not going to take another statement to let you recant it. The truth is, you knew at some point he did carry a gun, isn't it? Isn't it true?
No, sir, I didn't know. I swear I didn't know.
Tasha, I'm having trouble with this.
Please give me a lighter.
That might come in the future.
He's grilling her as if she committed a crime. This video is disturbing, but it's part of a growing problem. People who have lost loved ones to police shootings deserve to be treated with respect and dignity, not as if they've done something wrong. Joining me now are Mark Claxton, and a former New York City police officer and director of Black Law Enforcement Alliance, and former prosecutor and host of Judge Faith, Faith Jenkins. Thanks for being here tonight.
Thanks, Riff.
Faith, the Guardian says the officer didn't even tell her that John Crawford was dead until 90 minutes into the interrogation. I mean, what's your reaction to this video?
This video was so disturbing to watch, especially in light of what we know now about what really happened in that Walmart. But, you know, sometimes police officers have to question witnesses or suspects in a hostile manner to get information. But this wasn't one of those cases. This woman was not a suspect. There was a phone call at the Walmart about John Crawford. She had done nothing wrong. She was not suspected of doing anything wrong. And the way this officer is interrogating her, well, first of all, you know, in this state, he's interrogating her about him having this gun. Where did he get the gun? You know he has the gun. He's in Walmart with his gun. Well, in his state, he's legally able to do so. Even if that's true, that's not illegal in the state of Ohio and under Walmart's regulations.
Because it was a toy gun.
Right, and then second, on top of that, John, this lasts about an hour and a half. At what point after they shoot John Crawford, the police officers are there, they're trained, right? They're trained to use deadly force. They know what real guns look like. How do you not know at some point right after the shooting, that's not a real gun? It's a BB gun. It's sold in Walmart while this officer is questioning her for 90 minutes.
But, Mark, he basically is calling her a liar. Now, here's the girlfriend of a man just killed who was talking to him on the phone. She was not there, not suspected of anything. He's badgering her and basically calling her a liar. I mean, you were a police officer for many years. He even asked, was she sober? Watch this.
Are you under the influence of anything?
No.
You been drinking?
No.
Drugs?
No.
See, I know your eyes are kind of messed up looking, and you seem a little lethargic at times, but I don't know if it's because you're upset or not. I just want to make sure what's going on.
I mean, this is crazy. Mark, is this an appropriate way for law enforcement to interrogate someone?
Not appropriate at all. Rev, what we're witnessing there on the video is termed a hard interview. And there are occasions when police investigators, like I was a retired detective, utilize a hard interview to gather information, facts, some evidence. But then there are times when the investigators themselves are basically incompetent or unaware of the facts to engage in a successful or fruitful or meaningful hard interview. You can't lose your humanity and your decency and your morality when dealing with anyone, especially this young lady who he knew had a boyfriend who had just been killed. He should have also known that the weapon in question was not a real weapon. It was a toy gun. So he went in basically blind, if you believe him, and then used this hard interview technique. And I suspect that technique is probably used to everybody he interviews. Mm-hmm. That's his style, and that's one of the problems with some investigations and in the investigators that conduct them.
But, you know, Mark, Faith just talked about humanity, and that's what I've been saying all along. Where does your humanity come in? Ferguson, Staten Island choking a man. Where does your humanity kick in? We're learning more about how police treated the family of Tamir Rice, a 12-year-old boy who was also shot by Ohio police. After he was killed, listen to his sister describe what happened when she tried to run to her brother's side.
I ran to the gazebo, and I couldn't get there all the way to him because the officer attacked me, threw me on the ground, tackled me on the ground, put me in handcuffs, and put me in the back of the police car. When I came running out, they tackled me, and they didn't do nothing. They were just standing there and stuff, looking really lost.
I mean, Faith, her brother was dying, and they tackled her and threw her into the police car. I mean, do they have any legal recourse?
I mean, this is a kid, right? You look at her, you clearly see that she's a kid. You know, these police officers are, whether it's with Tamir Rice or with Eric Garner, you see police officers and this pattern of them responding to a scene or to a call, and there's this inability to assess the situation, to assess the real dangerousness of a situation before using deadly force. So it's not surprising that they treated her that way. They just killed a 12-year-old with a fake gun because they responded and had in a matter of seconds, decided to use deadly force on that 12-year-old before making the proper assessment to see who he was and what he was really doing.
In a recent case here in New York, Akai Gurley was killed by officers in the stairwell of his home. And the Daily News reports, Mark, that the NYPD officer who shot Gurley was texting his union rep as Gurley lay dying. And what the officer and his partner were, quote, were incommunicado for more than 6.5 minutes while their commanding officer and an emergency operator tried to reach them. Mark, what can be done to ensure police treat the people they shoot and their families with more dignity?
You have to shift the mindset of law enforcement, which is surrounding much of what the activity is going on throughout the nation. You have to shift the mindset of law enforcement to the point where they realize that what you're doing is public service. You're doing community service. You're doing goodwill. That's the bulk of law enforcement. And until you shift the mindset away from this kind of over-militarized, over-aggressive in many communities of color in particular, and we have to be honest about that, until you shift away from that mindset, you'll continue to find incidents that deal with insensitivity, where people, they don't respect the humanity, where they can't even see the humanity. And in large part, too many police agencies, too many law enforcement agencies operate based on color and the community, what community they're in and what color the individuals that they're dealing with are. And that's unacceptable on any level.
Totally
we have
unacceptable.
to shift it back to public service.
Totally unacceptable. And I want to add, I'm not saying this about all police, not even most police, but those that operate this way needs to be held accountable. Mark Claxton and Faith Jenkins, thank you both for your time tonight.
Thanks, Ray.
Coming up,
Thank you, Ray.
Dick Cheney's talking torture. Would he do it again? Plus, we heard from a lot of celebrities on the movement against police brutality. Now, Oprah is speaking out, and President Obama reveals something about his Christmas list. Conversation Nation is next.